Let's get back to the real numbers. Never mind the BS that the government gives you. Canada is currently in a recession as of mid 2026. That's exactly what I'd do if I was farming. I'd buy as much farmland as I can, but still meeting the cash flow restriction. Let's get back to the real numbers. Never mind the BS that the government gives you. Okay, so by common rule of thumb definition in Canada, Canada is technically in a recession as of mid 2026. Statistic Canada's reported. Okay, so then what are you talking about? You're talking about Q4, sorry. Q4, fourth quarter, in other words, of 2025, GDP, gross domestic product, contracted. Q1 2026 GDP was flat to slightly negative, depending on your measure and how you view these items. So that gave Canada two consecutive quarters of declining annualized GDP, which is the standard definition of a technical recession. Okay, if I go back to the real bad recession, 2008, December, from what I remember, going 100 years back, um, December 2008, they made the recession retroactive back to starting, in other words, in December of 2007, because they need the data. They can't, they don't work on forecasts or anything else. They need the data in, and that data gave them the nerve to call the recession, or the right to call the recession. So for farmland, what does that do? Form important question is not whether Canada meets the textbook definition of a recession, but whether credit conditions tightening, and that front there is considerable evidence that the lenders have become more cautious and capital is more selective than it was several years ago. And I think just about everybody going to agree on that point, or anybody that tried to get a loan just recently.
Try to get a bag of groceries.
Yeah.
It's expensive. Okay, well, that's really cool. We had some more questions coming in. Good justification there with numbers as usual. I don't find you wanting for preparation. Ken Modiak is saying running a grain farm while buying farmland is essentially meeting two objectives. And I think that's a great conversation we've been having on the channel, is the difference between real estate and farm production, two businesses. The production unit provides a cash flow and supports your living. If there is a surplus, investing in the farmland you are renting is building long-term multi-generational wealth.
Agreed.
Agreed.
And that's exactly what I'd do if I was farming. I'd buy as much farmland as I can, but still meeting the cash flow restrictions.
Well, there's still time, Robert. You just go down to the John Deere dealer and get some iron and get going.
I hate iron, you know that.
Yeah, I know
It's
that.
always breaking down. So even the new stuff,
Well, why the hell are you driving a Dodge then?
because I don't want your Ford. It's even worse.
All right, Derek Talon is clarifying it's a land payment as a percentage of revenue is the affordability index. So we're talking land payments as a percentage of revenue now. And of course, land keeps going up, but the revenue is taking a dip here. Saskatchewan was most affordable 15 years ago and is now the least affordable. Not exactly sure how FCC crunches those exact numbers. If anybody has perspective, but Jason Dearborn is saying, with David Dodge's comments last week, do you concur that Canada will likely face 6 to 7 more quarters of retracted growth?
Which one?
David Dodge's comments last week, talking about 6 to 7 more quarters of retracted growth.
Yeah, well, okay, that's even putting us further into a recession. I just read you the one that they uh, swept under the carpet. They didn't want to address, but you are technically in a recession. Okay, and okay, so then you're looking around the world because I do global. I don't do Canada just or US. I do global. You look at Germany's in recession and has been for how many a year or more, or definitely. And then you look at EU country, other EU countries. So there's a lot of evidence of recessions all around the world.
On the interest rate path, it says technically you've been half right because we're currently lower. It did not hike in 2023. It held at 5%, then cut to 2.25%.
Okay, well, I don't want to argue those points because they're being manipulated by every country's manipulating as much as they can to kick the can further down the road. And so it's look around you. What can you borrow at? What are the rates at? And no, they have not addressed the unemployment issues. With the unemployment issues, 6 point whatever percent Canada's at, and U.S. Is far higher than what they're talking about, or what they give the numbers to the public. My thoughts were that the Fed chair would panic and lower interest rates. Now they're caught between lower interest rates, the Straits of Hormuz, forcing the uh, oil prices up. So they're caught between if they go if they decrease interest rates, that'll cause further inflation.